boy. No, that's girl. Whoop, almost dropped that. It's fine. Alright, we're just gonna go for it. Hey fellow fiction fanatics, I'm Chase. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my monthly wrap-up for December. So we're going to talk about all the books that I was able to read. So in December, I was able to read 4-ish books. And I say that because I'm still continuing on with my reread of the Magic Treehouse series. So in December, I was able to read books 45 through 51. Again, these stories involve Jack and Annie as they go on adventures throughout history, helping as many people as they can with their talents as master magicians. I really loved all the animals and the historical figures that they help throughout their journeys. I love that these stories have grown with their audience. And at one point in these books, Jack and Annie actually fight with one another, and that has never happened before. So that was really surprising to me. I'm a little mad at myself that I haven't finished all 55 books yet, but I'm still continuing on with my reread and loving these books. And they've really held up, which has also been really surprising to me, but I've enjoyed every minute of it. So once again, I've given these books 5 stars, and these books are completing my Throwback Thursday challenge. The second book I read was A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Bernard. So this is the love story between a deaf boy, Reese, and a mute girl named Steffi. I like that I got to learn more about British Sign Language. I thought the characters and the relationships were really sweet. I thought they really worked well together. But unfortunately, I liked the first half of the book more than I did the second half of the book. I just really wanted more. I wanted to see more of Tem, who was Steffi's best friend. And I wish that Reese had got to know more about Clark, which was Steffi's brother who had passed away. I feel like he learned about him way too late. It just didn't have the same impact that I was hoping for. I also felt like the conflict and the resolution happened far too late in the book, and it just felt really rushed because of it. And because of these things, it sadly didn't live up to my 5-star prediction. So instead, I gave this book 3.5 stars. But this book did help me complete my XOXO challenge, which is to read a book that features a romance. The third book I was able to read was Between the Lines by Jodie Foucault and Samantha Van Leer. So in this story, essentially when you open up a book, the characters put on a play, which is the story that you read. The characters within a book are just roles that characters play. And Prince Oliver is bored of his story and he just wants to find a way out. And then there's Delilah, who has a strong connection with Oliver's story. It really speaks to her, and she's honestly become a little obsessed with it. She just can't stop reading it and really loves this story. One day, as she's reading the book, she notices something a little odd, and then Oliver is actually able to speak to her, which has never happened with any other reader. And so these two form a relationship and start coming up with a plan to get Oliver out of his book and into the real world. I really liked that there was 3 different perspectives in this book. First, we have Oliver's fairy tale story, and so we get to see what happens in the book. And then we have Oliver's perspective as he's in the book and talking to Delilah. And then we have Delilah's perspective as well. And what was really cool was that each perspective was in a different colored font, which I'd never really seen before, and I thought that was really interesting. I really enjoyed these characters, especially the characters within the book. I liked getting to know them. I thought they were all really great and really fun to read about. And the plot was definitely intriguing. I was very much excited to see how they would try to go about this and to see what would happen next, both within the book story as well as what was going on with Delilah and Oliver. And I really liked to try to figure out what was going to happen next. However, I'm not really sure how I feel about the solution. I don't know how it's going to play out, so I'm definitely going to have to read the second book. Maybe that'll clear up a few things because I don't know if that was the best route, and I want to see how that's going to work. Also, I do not like this cover. It does not represent the book well, especially when I found this other cover that looks so much better. If I was to buy these, I would definitely choose this cover over this one. I'd love to know which one of these you like best down in the comments. So overall, I gave this book 4 stars. So with this book, I'm actually in the process of completing my Black Dot prompt, which was binge read. That's when I have to read either a duology, trilogy, quartet, or series within a 3-month time frame. Thankfully, we got duology, so I only need to read the next book in this series, and then this challenge will be completed. But I am looking forward to see what happens with the second book and see how everything turns out. And the 4th and final book that I read was The Miracle on Ebenezer Street by Kathleen Doyle. So after the death of George's mother, Hugo Bishop, George's father, bans Christmas. It's no longer to be spoke of in the house. They're not doing it anymore. It just brings him too much heartache. But George wants nothing more than for things to go back to the way they used to be. But that just might take a miracle. Thankfully, George stumbles upon Marley's magical shop, and that's really where the story begins. This cover is really what drew me in. This book was filled with adventure, fun, and was so creative. My favorite character definitely had to be George's Nan. She was absolutely everything. She is so perfect, and I want to be her when I grow up. She was just everything I could have asked for, and I loved her so much. There was a quote in the book that talked about her, and I'm gonna read it to you because it is just so perfect. She was as close to magic as any human could be, which is just so great. She just made me so happy, and I loved any time I got to see her. This was just a feel-good, fun, Christmassy adventure that I really enjoyed, and I loved the references to Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. It was a retelling in the loosest sense of the word. You can see like some references here and there. It just didn't have as much impact as I thought it was going to, but I really did enjoy this book and would highly recommend picking it up. So overall, I gave this book 4.5 stars, and this completed my challenge to read a book by a new author. So those are all the books that I was able to read in December. I'd love to know some books that you were able to read, so let me know down in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to share the love. I'll see you next time. Bye!